Friendster sucks.
You can't do that.
Hello, my name is Dan Bernstein.
And I'm Jannah.
And the following material was written by me, us alone, and represents our own personal opinions on the topic.
We will be offering a critique and review of the social networking site Friendster.
So just some general ideas on Friendster or overall consensus.
We did not like it.
Yeah, it's definitely not as good as Facebook, and that's probably why everyone uses Facebook. So just open commenting. Anyone can comment on your pictures or your. It doesn't even seem like you upload videos, but everyone could just comment on on your photos if you're not their friend, which isn't good.
There was no flag option. We experimented with putting some kind of scandalous material on there, and there was no option to flag anything that was offensive, or it seemed like there was no policing of the site.
Which isn't good. The notifications, if someone comments on your stuff, and you're not going to be notified. So just like referring it to Facebook, they will notify you. You'll recognize if someone comments. But in this, you won't know if someone comments.
So unless you're constantly checking throughout, you're not going to know there's updates. And then lastly, it was extremely international, which could have been a really positive thing. But it seemed like it was so spread out that not one particular area had a good following, which kind of defeats the purpose of social networking. It was just really, really spread out. So here's a dive into the site.
Alright, so this is the login page. I'm going to log in with the email that I created. And it's going to take you to the home page.
The very first thing we noticed of Friendster is the branding. They had a unique color different than the blue of Facebook or MySpace, and they had really young, modern fonts, which represented the audience that we found it mainly attracted, which were younger people.
As far as the advertising goes, you see this pretty picture. This isn't me, obviously, but you see advertising here and advertising here, which is a little distracting. So we're going to search for someone.
The very first thing we did when we created profiles was to try to find friends to see who is using the site, and we did not find that was the easiest thing.
So if you search Dan, you get a name in front of Dan, you get another name in front of Dan, so it's not very specific.
It has a setting that allows people to only display their first name. Type in Dave. It has a setting that allows that, so it makes it kind of hard to find somebody, because how many Daves exist? A whole bunch. So.
And this guy isn't even named Dave.
Yeah. So next we go to someone's profile.
So how active is this guy? When was the last time he uploaded or said anything? He said, "What's up?" Okay. Last year. Let's go to someone else. This guy.
What we found was that the more people we clicked on, everybody seemed to be extremely outdated. This guy doesn't even have a status. Other people had updated last time in 2007, 2009. Did not seem to be active at all. We couldn't even find people who seemed to be active to request as friends. So I don't know if it's a dying site or what's going on with that.
It definitely seems like a dying site. So let's take you through maybe the user interface of looking at photos. Let's look at this guy's photos of his girlfriend. I don't know even what these are. Okay, so it's easy. You click the photo, it comes up pretty quickly. This is pretty good. You just click it, next photo. These are pretty interesting photos. Anyways.
Go back to Dave's profile. One thing we liked was that they had a kind of a creative spin. Whoever this Dave guy is, he has a custom background uploaded to his profile. I don't know how to get back to his profile. Clearly, it's not easy enough there. Kissing picture.
He's obsessed with kissing, but that's pretty cool.
As you noticed the one before, there was the hash marks around the borders. There, it offers for customization, which Facebook does not have, but it's kind of similar to MySpace.
Further on the customization, for this color, you could actually change it, which is also pretty cool, to blue.
If you don't like green, whatever.
Let's try to upload a photo for you guys. Let's see if that's easy. Okay, so here's a photo. Let's create a new album. Album Bunnies.
Still at this point, we don't know how to add photos to albums, so it wasn't very easy to figure out.
Okay. Here we go. We're going to just choose a file from our desktop with a cute bunny. Upload it. Alright, so it should create a new album with him. We will name him Rupert.
We found that it was easy to tag photos, to be tagged in photos, which could be a good thing for like how easy it is to use, but it could also be a bad thing. Like you don't want people tagging random photos of you. So that's one feature we found.
I'm gonna go into the security settings to see if it's if it's private. Okay, so who can view your profile? It only seems like they offer your friends and anyone can view your profile, unlike other websites, other social network websites where you can customize your friends and who can and who cannot view your profile. So this isn't good, in my opinion, as to privacy.
Like here, either people can see it or they can't. And what we also noticed is that it seemed like not many people spent much time on the security settings. We could, like Dave, we just experimented with Dave's entire thing and we aren't even his friend. So we found out a lot that people didn't really have tight security settings.
I'm going to go back to the home page and into a tab classifieds. So this is actually kind of cool. It's its own eBay website. It looks like you could look at books, magazines, business, industrial, DVDs. Let's check it out. And it gives prices of these DVDs.
This could also be dangerous to like spam websites because somebody could post something on this, which also brought us to a concern about the gaming feature of the website. When you go through the games, you have to download each game. It's not like a part of Friendster, and it'll lead you to an outsourced site. So
if I wanted to download Three Kingdom, I would have to click it, download the application. It would take me to an additional website.
So that could be, you'd have to be careful about what is and is not safe. One feature we noticed about it was it had a who has viewed my profile setting, which was a little bit different than most social networking sites. Nobody's really viewed our profile. But
we've also only been on it for an hour, but
it also seemed a little bit pointless because in the security settings, I don't know if you noticed earlier. Eric viewed us. I don't know if you noticed before, but you could turn that off so that you were anonymous when you viewed people, which made it kind of useless because I'm sure if you're going to be one of the people heavily stalking someone's Friendster account, you would make that anonymous. So it was an interesting setting that seemed kind of pointless. Overall, we were not terribly impressed, as we said before.
Yeah, and comparing it to other social network sites such as Facebook or MySpace, this does definitely not compare. That's why so many people probably use other websites.
Check it out for yourself, www.friendster.com, and let us know what you think.